লাইভ আছে দেই।
Okay, আৰু 2 মিনিট ৰখা। So start কৰো হা। So good evening everyone. So I, on behalf of DSC Assam Engineering College, welcome you to today's session on Android Study Gems. So this session will be the first session of a series of 2 to 3 sessions happening every weekend in this month of December. So what are Android Study Gems? First of all, so Android Study Gems are community organized study groups for people to learn about building Android apps using Kotlin as a language. So Kotlin is a programming language, and this program is hosted by Google DSC platform all around the world to help people kickstart their career as an Android developer using Kotlin programming language. So what are the perks, you can ask? So first of all, you get to learn, which is obvious, that you get to learn to make Android apps using Kotlin. So the second one is you get badges in your Google developer profile. The third is certificates after completion of the course. And the fourth is you get a chance of getting your app featured by Google on their social media. So what's cooler than Google itself showcasing your work in their social media, right? So, and the last one is you get ready for Google's Solution Challenge 2021. For those of you who are not familiar with Google Solution Challenge, uh, they should know that it is a kind of hackathon organized by Google every year to solve community problems using Google products and technology. So the agenda for today's session: first we will learn Android Studio installation, because we will need Android Studio for developing apps using Kotlin. The second one is the overview of the whole course, what we will learn from this platform. And the third is Kotlin basics. I'll try to cover as much as Kotlin basics for today, but if I don't get enough time, I will do another session next week. So where to start? So there are two programs basically, means two tracks. You can either choose this one or this one. So new to programming is for those people who are completely new to programming, and the second one is for people who are having prior programming experience. So which one you should start is totally depends on you. If you are completely new to programming and you don't know anything about programming, then you can start with this course. And if you have some prior experience of programming, then you can go for this one. So the first track consists of 6 exercises and 6 earnable badges. So you get to learn these chapters: how to introduction to Kotlin, create your first Android app, like that. I will show you in a moment, what else you can learn from this, how to get start with this program, the tracks. So as I have said, there are 6 exercises, and you get 6 badges after you complete the new to programming track. The second track is for people who are having prior programming experience. So for those people, they have 10 chapters, 10 exercises that you have to complete to earn a certificate. So these are the exercises you have to complete. I'll show you the things, how you will go about this course. These are the 10 exercises that you will have to do for a certificate, and also the to earn the badges. So a few points to remember: the deadline for completing any of the track is 22nd January 2021. So you have ample time to complete this track, and then you can try any of the 2 tracks if you want. But to get a certificate, you have to take this track, prior programming experience track. Only then you will get a certificate. So I'll show you how. First of all, you have to go to this link. You guys could also try out what's in the link. I'll show you here. So if you go to this link, you will see this one, new to programming, and the second one is prior programming experience course. So these are the 2 tracks. You can start any of the 2, but to earn a certificate, you have to take this course. So when you start the course, you will have chapters like this: explore. Like you can see the 5 badges here and the remaining 5 badges here. In total there are 10 badges. So when you click on explore, so I have completed this one, build your first app. So when you explore this one, uh, you can take the code labs here. Take code lab, then they will teach you how to. It is a pretty good document, so you will get to know everything. Then after that, you have to take a quiz to earn a certificate. After you finish the quiz, you earn a certificate like this after you submit the answers. And if you get minimum score, then you earn a certificate like that. You can take the other exercises too. So as you can see, this is for the new to programming track. There are 5 chapters in total. So after you go to this link, you have to create a developer profile so that you can see your badges. So right now I have my name here. So I have earned this much of badges after completing the code labs and taking the quizzes. So 11 badges I have earned. So you have to earn 10 badges for the prior programming course to get a certificate. So next. So any doubts up to here?
No, no.
Okay. So what are the learning objectives for this entire program? So you get to learn the essentials of Kotlin programming language. I will also show you today some of the syntax for Kotlin programming language. Then you get to build a variety of Android apps. I will show you this making of apps next week in this second upcoming session. Then you also get to learn the best practices for Android development, and also discover some of the resources and use the resources provided by Google themselves to learn Android. So the prerequisites are pretty simple: a computer and an internet connection. So first of all, I will show you how to install Android Studio. Okay, so first of all, you go to your browser, then you type Android Studio download. So on the first link you get, you click on here. So you can see here downloads options. The recommended version you can see here. You have to download this one to install Android Studio. So the installation is pretty simple. After installation, you will get to see a screen like this. You can see here. Then you have to create a project. Then choose empty activity. Next. Then you can give your application, your Android app a name, maybe a portfolio app, maybe. Then click on finish. That's pretty simple. But for the programming means the Android development part, I will show you in the next coming session. Today I will just show you the syntax of Kotlin, because without Kotlin syntax and the basics, you won't be able to make Android apps. So concept overview of Kotlin. So what is Kotlin? So Kotlin is a modern programming language that helps developer to be more productive. So this was developed by JetBrains in 2010, and it was made open source in 2016. Then the benefits of Kotlin are expressive and concise, safer code, interoperable with Java. So whatever we write with Java can also be interoperable with Kotlin, and they are structured concurrency. So Google made Android development with Kotlin first, which means that from 2017, whatever libraries that comes for Android, they would all be written in Kotlin. So it has, before that, and Google was using Java for making Android apps. Now they use totally Kotlin. So any idea what does this code do?
It will print hello world.
Okay. Anyone who has no prior programming language means experience, who doesn't know anything about programming from the participants? Okay, I will assume that all of you have some knowledge about programming. So you are correct. It prints hello world. So what do you notice about Kotlin? So first of all, I will go to the Kotlin Playground first. So Kotlin Playground is like a online compiler where you can write your Kotlin code. Okay, so every time we write a Kotlin program, the main function, which is this is a function, so it is the first starting point of a Kotlin program. So everything here would be executed first. So uh, I will start with some of the basic syntax of Kotlin. So and all of you must know, might know what is a variable. So what is a variable? So variables are kind of a bucket where you can store data and you can reuse them afterwards. So in Kotlin, what we can do is we type var for variable, then a variable name, then we say hello. So I have defined Kotlin a variable, my variable, which stores the value a string which is hello. Now I can print it like this. So as you can see, it prints hello. So um, we can also do one more thing, is we can change the value of the variable to anything other than that. So like this, uh, now it will print hola. uh, so what's happening here is we are not implicitly uh, typing the type of the variable. So what I am meant to I mean to say is the Kotlin language automatically takes this as a string, so we don't have to explicitly say that it is a string. If we type here like 2, which is an integer, uh, then it will print 2. But we can also explicitly give its type by doing like this, giving a colon then int. So what will it will do is it will take the variable as a type of integer and it will store it as 2. The result will be same. But if we now give a string, string means maybe a name hello, it will show a error because its type is integer, so we can't store string here, and that's pretty it. uh, Another type of declaring a value variable is writing val, and we give an integer, we store a integer value here, so it will do the same thing. But the difference between val and var is when we say my variable equal to 2, it will show a error because val is immutable. What does it mean? It can't be changed for a later time. So we can't change the value of my variable to any other value. It has stored 55, it will store 55, and we can't change it. But if we give it a var declaration, then we can change it for later, then it will show 2. That's the main difference between var and variable, var and val. So another type of things we can do is if we give string hello. What we can do is print 2, then uppercase. It is automatically showing this function. When we print, then it will go, everything would be in uppercase. Also, we can also use a for loop, but I won't go into for loop now. Then we can also store boolean values like this. You know, boolean values are like true and false. So I have stored true here for my variable. It will print true. Similarly, we can store false. It will show false. Uh, Now I will show you some of the arithmetic operators. Okay.
Sir, is the Kotlin case sensitive?
Yes, it is. So like if you write my var, and if you write it to be 3, and if you write another my var, these two are, I think, different things. It will print different values.
Sir, I actually asked about the data type, like in the using of int and string, like it was capital I and capital S, like in other languages we use small. So is it
Yeah, yeah.
the same
You
or
have to write a capital I, then you have to go with the small ones, like I, capital I, then int, like that.
okay,
Like
sir.
if you write like this, I think it won't work. I haven't tried this one, but let's see. It won't work. So it has to be capital here. And the color also changes. Okay, so and see, now it prints 3. So any doubts up to here? Another thing I have want to say is I have created a GitHub report for this. So whatever I am typing here has I have written in a GitHub file. So you can simultaneously check what are the things I am doing. So I will share the GitHub link now so that you guys could check. Okay. Now comes the arithmetic operators. So you can write val some x int 4, and then val y int 6. So if we want to check if they are equal, then we can write print ln x equal to y. It will show it is false. I'm sorry, wait. Okay, things might break sometimes when you are live coding. So yeah, it's saying false because these two are not equal. Similarly, you can write like this. If x is greater than y, you can check this one also. It will show false because 4 is not greater than 6. And similarly, this one, it will show true. Now I will show you the if else part. Another thing I want to say is how the Google team has recommended us to do these exercises is show you the syntax, also show you the Kotlin cones exercises. So I don't think I will go to these things, but you guys could check out for yourself the Kotlin cones. I'll just show you what is the Kotlin cones all about.
Sir, would you share the presentation later?
Yeah, I will. I will. I will email you to everyone. And this
Okay, sir.
is the Kotlin cones link. You can see it for yourself. So start now. You have to start now. So I've already done this one part. What they will say is give you some exercises like this, like fun start. They will write you a question here. In the task, the function to do is used throws an exception. Your job during the cones will be to replace the function invocation and meaningful code according to the problem. So we have to return a okay from this thing. So what I did here is okay. So I run it. So it says test. Okay. So and like that you can try all of this, but this is for just the syntax purpose. It won't give you any badges or anything, but for the syntax you can learn this all this you can try it for yourself the Kotlin cones again. Now back to if else block. So you may know if else block. So well num equal to 5. So if num is greater than maybe 3, then print. So as 5 is greater than 3, it shows 5 is greater than 3. I have forgot to mention that various type of print statement you can use in Kotlin. So first of all, I will show you that part because it might sometimes confuse you. One is print ln. Uh, if you write like this, like red, and print ln blue. Now what would it happen is these two lines would be in separate means separately printed, but if you remove the ln part, then this both of these would be printed in on the same line. So that's the basic difference between print and print ln. Up to this everything is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
after that I was showing you the if else plot. So you know what is a comment. So a comment is something you can write like giving to this slash and like backward slash, then write something like this, write a program. Yeah, it is something you can write for posterity, like if you want to know what you were doing some days back or some years back, so you have to see what you have written. So if I can write here else part, done. So it will print only the first statement. So what happens in a if else block is, if this condition is true, this part, then it will print this line. But if uh, the first part is false, then it will print the else part. So if I give here like 2, then it will print just done, because the second part is true and the first part is false. You can also add else if in the same way. Else if, okay, it shows a error. Okay, you have to put a condition here, otherwise it won't work. Only for the else part you don't need a condition. The condition is this part, what you write inside the bracket. So it shows 2 is smaller than 3, because this part was false, because 2 is not greater than 3. But this part was true, because this 2 is smaller than 3. uh, but if we write 3 here, so none of the uh, statements like this part is true, because 3 is not greater than 3, and also 3 is not smaller than 3, because 3 is equal to 3. So what do you think this should print? So this would be false. For this part, this would be false. So this statement would also be false. So what would it print is the else part. So it will print done. Let's see. So you can see, because this part was only true. So in if else block, only the part which is true, whichever it gets true first, it will print that one. Now
Hello, sir.
next, yeah.
Hello. When we have to use the dollar sign,
Okay, I'm showing you it.
okay, sir.
I was that was in the back of my mind. So like, if you declare a variable like uh, variable x equal to 3, huh? Mm. So print ln, you can write x directly. There would not be any problem. It will print 3. But if you want to type a string along with the print statement, so if you write print ln, if you write some text, so our text is written in between inverted commas. So if you write the result is, now what to do if you want to display the value of x in between these strings? If you write x, the print statement will show just x. It is not showing the value of x. So for that reason, what we have to do is write a dollar sign in front of x to take the value of the variable x and put it inside this string. So it will print now the value of x is 3. So now clear why we use the dollar sign.
Yes, sir.
So like that you can also use for it for strings also, but basically it is used for integer, double, like that. Now I will show you the difference between double and float. So double, uh, so the main difference between double and float is double is more precise. That means that if you write val, I'm declaring it to be immutable, means val means it can't be changed afterwards. So double number, the syntax, the style I'm using here is called camel case. If you write a small, start with a small letters, then go with the capital letters, then it is called camel case. uh, like I'm writing a double value, this syntax is called camel case. And also I'm declaring another value variable which is of float type. 2 point, what I will do is I'll copy this same string and assign it here. So for float values, you have to write a float f at the end of the number, which would indicate it is a float number. Now if you print double number, it will print everything. Okay, wait, I did some mistake here, I think.
So O is also capital in double number.
Okay. Thank you. So
Welcome.
as you can see here, uh, yeah, the maximum here it is written. Wait. So for a double, the maximum digits it can show is 15 to 16 decibel digits. So you will get to be precisely 15 to 16 decimal digits after the point. But for a float number, it will just show the 1 2 3 4 5 6 decimal part. So if I uh, print ln, or else it will show in the same line. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. In the official documentation of this Kotlin language, is it has been written that for a float number, the number of decimal, I will zoom a bit so that you guys could see. For a float, the size is 32 bits, but the maximum number of decimal digits it can show is 6 to 7. So like here you can see it is showing only the 7 parts of the float number. So the advantage of double number is you get a more precise number, but the only trade-off is a double number would need, it has been written here, a 64-bit memory. For a float it would be just 32-bit. So for if you use double number, we'll have to give more memory to store this double number, but it is not the case for float number. So any doubts up to here? If else, double, float, anything?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
What this size matters? And what will happen if I use a bigger size code?
So in computer science, you have to utilize your memory efficiently. If you give like a more memory to the double value, then it will occupy more memory space, then it would slow down the program if you are using it for a large development sector or something like this. So for computer science students, what is the main thing is you have to increase the efficiency and also decrease the memory taken by a program to run in disks or floppy or pen drive, anything, and every means in a hard disks or like that. So that's why we go for float.
Okay, sir.
Normally we use float. Now let's see how much we can cover for today, or else I will do the other uh, remaining part for the next session. Now you can also use ranges. Okay, everything I'm writing is available in this GitHub page, so feel free to refer to this afterwards if you want. I have already shared you the link, but I am sharing it once again in the chat box. Now comes uh, while block. So I declare a variable, name is x, and anything like our integer is 7. Okay, the reason I am giving it a var type, not a val, because I want to change the value of x for a later stage. But if I give it val, let's try with val first. I will show you what will happen if I give a var type. I remember I said val is uh, immutable, which means it can't be changed uh, uh, for a later time, unchangeable. So let's start with val first. What will happen, you guys will see. So while, let me first write the program, then I will explain. So uh, what is happening here is we give a while statement. So for a while, when you initialize this x to 7, this while block will keep on running up to x when it is greater than 1. So until it is equal to 1, it will keep on running. So what we are doing is we are decrementing the value of x. If we don't do this, if we don't decrement it, then it will go into a infinite loop, which means that this loop will keep on running and it will never stop, because the value of x would always remain 7. With the value of because the value of x now is 7. If I write 7 greater than 1, it will always be 7 greater than 1. So the value of x is 7 will always be printed, and nowhere in time it will be printed done. Let's try first this. This won't run because I have declared is to be val, And even if I do this, I don't think in Android Kotlin Playground this would be possible, but if I were using an IDE, this would have been possible. So I will show you in the next session when I use a actual ID like Android Studio to do the same thing. For now, just remember we have to decrement the value of x. uh, so until the value of x, wait just a moment, I think it would run. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, my bad. Okay, so we have to decrement the value of x. So for the first time the value of x would be 7, then we decrement it by 1. So this statement means basically means uh, what we are doing here is x equal to x minus 1, which is 10 form of writing x minus minus. We can write this too, it would be the same thing. So let me run the program. So you can see first the value of x was 7, so it printed value of x is dollar sign x, so it took the value of inside this string. So we have used dollar sign here. So first 7, when and then we decrement it by 1, then the x value became 6. Then value of x is 6, then again decrement by 1, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. The moment it became 2, then it will run again. 2 is greater than 1, then value of x is it printed 2, then we decrement the value of x by 1, then it becomes 1. Then again it would try to run, but 1 is not greater than 1, so it will not execute this whole loop becomes false, then it prints done. So any doubt up to here? Should I explain again?
No, sir.
Okay. Now comes ranges in Kotlin. So for that I write for I in, this is the basic syntax. Okay, so from what it will do is uh, for I uh, 5 to 10, it will print the value of I. So what would it would print is, let's see, it will print 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in ranges means whatever we have to print here inside this range, we can print using this syntax. What if I want to print uh, uh, 5, 7, then 9 like that? Then what we can do is we can use step. As you can see, it is showing step. uh, then I write 2. So what it will be do is it will skip one integer, then print the other, then like that. So let's try. See, 5, 7, 9. We can also give up to 100, then it will print up to 100 like that. 5, 7, 9 up to 99. That's the basic syntax of ranges. You can also print in reverse order, like 100, for this you don't have to write dot dot, you have to write down to 3. So it will print everything from 100 to 3 in a step of 2. So okay, what is this? We have to write down, then capital T. So as you can see, 100, 98, 96 up to 4, because 3 would not be included. You can also increase the step size, like for 10, then it will print 100, 90, 80, 70, like that up to 10. So next is array implementation. I also thought of showing you how to develop apps today, but it won't be much, there won't be much time for this. But for the next session, I will surely show you the app, how to develop it from scratch. But for today, what I will do is just show you how what is the app about. Just a basic app. From the basic syntax that you learned today, we will be able to build the app for the next session. I will show you the app what I have made in the end of the session. So for array, you have to declare it similarly as variables. So my array, this is the variable declaration. Similarly, you can declare arrays too, but for array, you have to write array of, it is showing array of, and the intelligence is showing for by itself that we have to write array of. Then what is a array? So array is basically uh, a collection. We can store uh, uh, variables of same type in the array. Like if I store strings, because Kotlin is a name, I have to store uh, like that Python. That's C. So these are some of the programming language that I have stored in this array. Similarly, you can also store array in array numbers 1, 4, 1, 5, 6. So to print the array, what are the things inside this array? What you have to write is this syntax. For you can give any declaration I in my array, print ln I. So what it will print is Kotlin, Python, and C. Let's see. There you can see these are the elements of the array. Similarly, you can use this array to type the to print the elements of this array. So I have to change the array name. It will print 156. Then there is another thing named as list of, which is similar to array, but the main difference is list are immutable. That means it can't be changed for a later time. Let's see. Okay, let's see array. So what I will try to do is now my array. So the first element of the array is given as index 0, then this is 1, this is 2. Okay, so there are three elements in this array. This index position, index means the position of this array. Arrays always start from 0 in computer science. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So to change the value of element 0, the element in position 0, so you have to give my array, uh, then this square brackets, then 0, and you can set it to any other name, like what to say, any other C++. So now if I print the value of for I in my array, print I, then you can see, you will see that the value of Kotlin would change to C++ now. Let's print it and see. Here you can see it has been changed to C++, then Python, then C. You can also change the variable, I mean any other element, like if you want to change this to any other thing like my, then you have to write so Kotlin stands for index number 0, this is for 1, this 2. So I have entered 2 here. I want to change it to like Java. Then if I print now the same array using this syntax, this syntax is to print the elements of the array, to print the elements of an array. So if I print the same array now, you will see it has changed to C++, then Python, then Java. But initially it was Kotlin, Python, and C. We have changed it in these two things, in these two lines. But for a list, it is immutable. So naturally, as I have said, for immutable things, you can't change it. So if I try, let's try. Okay, let's try. Uh, this is for the list part. So the list name is my name. I am changing it to say some other value 999, because this list contains only integers, so I have to enter only integers. Similarly, I'll change the value at index 2 to some other name, to some other number, like 55. Now if I try to print the list. Okay, if I try to print the list, the list name is my name. Now if I try to print this list, it will throw a error because lists are generally immutable, but we can change it to a mutable list. Similarly for like an array, by changing this to, if you write mutable list, now it becomes mutable. What happens now is, if I try to change the value of the list now, as I have made it to mutable type, now it won't throw a error. See, the value of index 0 has changed to 999, then second is 5, and the third is 55, because I have changed only two values. So I will stop here for today. The remaining things I will cover in the next session, because uh, maybe in the next weekend. So any doubts up to here, I'll just take the doubts, and any doubts regarding the program. As I have said, I will share the link again. Okay. If you want to earn a certificate, you have to do the second part, the prior programming experience track, and you have to complete the 10 exercises they have. Then you will earn 10 badges. Then you will earn a certificate. And also some of the perks I have already mentioned, that you will also get a chance to by Google to get featured. I mean, your app would be featured by Google on their social media platform. So I will share the link again. You can go here and check for the tracks. As I have said, you have to go here, explore the things, take the quiz, submit the quiz, and you will earn a certificate. So any doubts up to here? I will end the session now.
So first we can complete the basics and then go to the prior programming one, or only we
Yeah,
can
you can
choose
do
one.
no, you can do both the tracks if you want, but to earn a certificate you have to complete the second part, the prior part. But
Okay.
if you want, you can start from here, because you are new to programming. There is no hard fast rule you have to do first this one. You can do this one, and you have ample time, like I already mentioned. You have up to 22nd January 2021. So there is ample time to learn Kotlin and create new apps. So I will stop this screen sharing now, and also I will show you the app that I have built. As there is no time for now, I will just show you the app. This will be the first app you guys should build next week. So this is the app. This is just a simple app. Uh, this But it is a great app to start with. So what happens here, it is just a counter. If you add, it shows 1 2 3 like that. If you subtract, it will uh, decrease the value of the counter. We will make all this app, don't worry, in this December month. So that's all for today. Any doubts up to here, or else I will close the session.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, I will share the slides by emailing you people. So thank you everyone for joining in. Uh, Goodbye and good night.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.